Hey, is this thing on? I think hold on. I got it. Hey. All right, not good enough, man. That is so not cool of him. All right, I'm gonna try and log into this computer here. Incorrect password. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Enter. Woo-hoo-hoo! We're in. All right, I'm gonna get you all video. Let me see. Yeah. Here's where we're going. All right, give me a minute.
Don't try this at home. This is going on Rusty Judgment.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to Rusty Judgment. Today we got a few things going on. One of which is we got to take the old roof out of this shed. So this shed is the shed that collapsed over wintertime out here at the farmhouse. And now I need to get inside of there. I got one door open. I need to get inside and figure out a way to get the entire roof out in pieces and all the contents that were in the shed already. Because if you remember, all the previous owner's stuff was left inside the building. So there's all that buried underneath the roof. Secondly, I would really like to save the walls. If these walls get damaged or taken down, we can't put the building back up. And we can't put the building back up if that happens because of the location the building is in relation to the distance it is away from the easement that the road has, because there's a road on the other side of all this. So ideally, we'd really like to not damage the walls. So what I got here is I've got a grapple bucket of my father-in-law's on my skid steer. So I'm gonna start grabbing pieces of this roof in sections and throw it all in the dumpster I got over here. But here is kind of just a little briefing of what's all left in here. So we've got, I mean, loads of possessions, junk, fallen roof, more fallen roof. And then over here is, I mean, this is where you can really see the roof down. So all the poles, so all these poles for the building, those are all still good. None of them are broken. Some of the header boards are broken, but I've got new ones on the way along with the new trusses. But we've got to start grabbing this stuff out of here somehow with the grapple bucket and get it into the dumpster. The other thing is, I don't know if you can see this. See right here is a steering wheel sticking up out of the roof. That is a lawnmower. That's an old lawnmower that Corbin had his heart set on when we bought this place, because he wants to rip it apart and, I don't know, get it running or do something with it. And so he's wanted that lawnmower. So we also need to try and get that lawnmower out of here without damaging it, or finding out how damaged it is from the building going down. We also have some electrical wires hanging around here. I'm pretty sure there's no power in the building because of the roof down, but I'll check all that out and then we're gonna get to it. All right, you guys are gonna ride with me for a little bit. We're gonna try and figure out how to get this slider off of here. I'm hoping I can just pick up on it and pull it off without destroying it any more than it's already been destroyed. All right, that's off. That's not what I wanted to do. All right, we're gonna go in from the building and we're gonna try and pick it up from the inside and haul it out.
There's a bumblebee flying around here. I think it thinks you're like a bright flower or something.
I'm fine.
How's it going?
It's I'd say it's going. I wish that our neighbor with his lull thing was able to come up. Because I think if he could extend up and in and pick stuff up and out, that would be easier. Because the trouble I'm having right now is trying to fit everything through the doorways without breaking the poles off.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to break the poles.
Right.
We don't actually want to break anything wall-wise.
Right.
But yeah, it's a mess. And my dumpster is already heaping full.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
it looks better already. You're probably too close to it. You don't realize that you've made progress.
Yeah, and I've probably got 2 dumpsters worth of junk in there,
Yeah.
counting the roof, which is disappointing because those dumpsters are expensive.
Right.
So also Corbin's that lawnmower thing,
Oh, shoot.
she got pretty well twisted with this. I mean, let's be honest, he didn't need this as a thing anyway.
He's gonna still see the frame there and be like, it's fine, I can fix it, it'll be fine.
Yeah, he will. He actually has a dream of owning a junkyard someday, which is
So
not
he can have all
necessarily,
the parts he'd ever
which
want.
isn't necessarily conducive with anything we've taught him in life. So
Hey, it's very entrepreneurial.
It
I think
is.
it's good.
it is.
It'll be
All right.
okay.
All right, well, you're gonna run and take the kids to school.
Yep, off to co-op we go.
All right.
But it looks good. I know you can't really see the progress, but
No,
it looks
because
good.
half the roof is still here.
Yeah.
I really didn't want to have to re-tin this building. I was hoping to just throw a roof on it, tin the roof with all the used tin we got, just call it. That'd be good enough, but it's really kind of looking like we might have to re-tin this whole building, which is a bummer. It takes a lot more time, that's mostly it. Yeah, it's more expensive, but I look at it like the property would be worth more with like a nice looking new building on it. But it's just more time that I don't really have or want to to spend here. So, I don't know, is what it is, I guess. I guess we're putting all new tin on it. But we're gonna get back to it. All right, back out here at the farmhouse today, cleaning out the shed. I enlisted some labor today. I got my two sons here. They're filling up the skid steer with all the random stuff, and Gage just said he found a souvenir. Is it still, oh wow, it's actually, can I see the bottom? Oh, it's still in, I bet if you wash it, it's still in like playable condition. You know what that is? Let me see it better. This looks like mid to late 70s Firebird or Trans Am. That's my guess. Maybe Camaro, but I'm not sure. Kind of like Papa's that's in our garage. Yeah. Pretty cool, huh? All right, stop finding souvenirs though. Minimalist family, we don't like keeping stuff. All right, I'm gonna go dump that bucket and then I'll bring it back. Hey, and then let's pile all the wood in one spot because we're gonna burn the wood. We're not gonna dumpster it. Okay. So if you just pile all the wood in like one spot, we'll grab it with the grapple bucket later today.
Yeah, I found the Halloween card.
All buried in there? Cool. New plan here. So I've realized that there's a ton of scrap steel in this building and then in the big barn and the white garage that's out there, the detached one. There's a lot of scrap steel, and then there's actually a lot of scrap steel like buried in the trees around that building. And so it kind of pains me to think about paying to dumpster this stuff out of here when I know you can get like scrap steel dumpsters and recycle the material, and then you actually get paid for the stuff instead of having to pay to get rid of it. And I think even if I just get rid of it for free, even if it ends up being a wash so that they just take it for nothing, that's still better than me paying to get rid of it. Because these dumpsters, so just kind of to put it into a little bit of perspective, that dumpster right there is a 30-yard dumpster, is a little over $700. If I get a 40-yard dumpster, it's costing around $850 for a heaping full dumpster. So if we can get rid of like one, maybe two dumpsters for free, or like, that's fantastic. So what I think we're gonna do now is we're gonna keep cleaning this all up, but we're gonna make piles. So right now this pile is lumber because all the debris wood we've piled, you can kind of see way out back there beyond the dirt pile is a mountain of just tree trimmings and wood that we're gonna burn at some point in time. And then now we're gonna make piles of all the steel, because the steel dumpster is gonna show up mid next week, and then we can start stuffing that full of all the scrap steel. So that's what we're gonna do, we're gonna categorize, so that I don't have to keep paying for dumpsters because they're expensive. All right, boys, you are doing a good job. I think you should get to have some fun. So there are 2 glass panels in this old window. There are 2 of you. You each get to break out 1. Don't break out your brother's glass window, whoever goes first.
Okay.
So you going first?
Yeah.
Let's move that out of the way. Hold on. All right. Nice. Was that satisfying?
Yeah.
Nice. Now don't touch any of that. I'll clean it up with the skid steer. Oh, and I got a nail in my shoe. Remember what I just told you about watching where you step? Yep, that's why. We are in the house now. We're kind of at a standstill outside with waiting on dumpsters, stuff like that. So we've kind of done everything we can do right now without having to do work twice. So we moved into the house. We have since swept up the entire main level because somebody made a mess and did not clean it up. So the three of us cleaned it all up. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get rid of the fan here above the stove, the cabinet, and the soffit, because we will be putting back in cabinets to the ceiling above the fridge and above the microwave. Then we will be putting a microwave on the wall here, and then we'll be putting a stove with a base cabinet next to it with a little countertop on it. I know that a lot of people said, please don't put a microwave above the stove, but we're gonna put a microwave above the stove. Sorry, that's what we're doing. Have I ever mentioned how much I hate demo? I really hate demo. It looks like we got it all cleaned out really nice. We'll have to sawzall some nails sticking down off of there. Otherwise, it's pretty much ready for sheetrock now. I do not know what this is. Blue hose going down into the basement. I'm gonna have to figure out what that is before we can sheetrock it, but figure out what that is and get it relocated. This pipe's gonna get brought way up. It'll go into a cabinet. I'll actually go from there, I'll bring it down to this size so it's smaller inside the cabinet, and then bring that down to the microwave. But I think this is pretty good. Now, we just gotta get someone to clean that mess up. It is the end of the day. I am done for today. I didn't show you guys all this stuff because it kind of took a lot of up and down ladders. Putting all the header boards up. This is just the inside. I have to do the outside tomorrow. And then I did this whole side over here. So that feels good, getting all that up. This ratchet strap setup here is, it's actually funny. These two posts of the walls were like leaning way out, so I just ratchet strapped them together. Now they look pretty straight if you look down the top row of the wall from up above. But I didn't get anywhere near as far as I wanted to get today. I was hoping to get the outside on, the gable ends off on the tops, and all the truss locations marked out. So I got a lot more to do tomorrow now because I anticipated on getting all that done today. So I'm gonna head home, catch back with you in the morning. Back next day, I put the outside ledger board out across this whole front. So that's all done. I cut down the gable end over here because we need that exposed to set the new end truss. I've got to do it on this side yet. I got to cut that down, and then we can start laying out where the new trusses are going to go. We can start laying out where the purlins will go on the new trusses. So on here we're going to mark where every purlin goes. That matches up with the existing tin. So we got the used tin from my father-in-law. So that already has all the holes in from it being screwed onto their building. So we're gonna measure out where all that goes. We're gonna lay it out on here. I actually do everything pretty methodically. Like, so we have 2 stacks of tin on this trailer. One side of the stack will go on one side of the building. The other side of the stack will go on the other side of the building. And I lined up all the screw holes when I stacked it so that I can, because I think I have to cut a foot off of all those pieces. So I can cut it to length, and then we can just throw it up on the roof, tin it all off really quickly, because my help is coming tomorrow afternoon, And I believe from tomorrow afternoon until the end of tomorrow, we should be able to throw up all the trusses, all the purlins, and sheet the whole roof, screw off all the tin. So that would be fantastic. We got a lot to do yet today. I have the boys with me. They are over in this other building cleaning it out. We opened up the dumpster and they're just going through the building and throwing anything that's garbage and setting aside a scrap pile. And then they're also setting aside a pile of like things that we can auction or get rid of. They're also goofing off because, let's be honest, they're boys. So how's it going in here, guys?
Okay.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Is it taking a long time?
Yeah.
Yeah? Cool. Well, thank you for helping. Do you got any questions on anything? What you should do with stuff or not?
No. About the tires.
We'll leave all the tires and all the liquid things for now. The tires we have to recycle as we have to do with the jugs full of liquid. So, thank you. Oh, nice. You hung up an American flag. Cool. All right. Thanks, guys. All right. Another day down. We got all the trusses marked. These two are a mess up. The bottom line is my correct line. So then here, all the trusses we got where all the purlins will go marked out the whole way down, all the way down on them. So when we throw the trusses up, we should be able to tack them up every 4 feet, and then we can hike up all the purlins, nail off all the purlins. Super simple and easy. I hope. My help is coming tomorrow midday. We got a lot to do. We've done a lot, but we got a lot to do yet. We got the trailer hooked up to go and get another load of materials from Menards super early in the morning tomorrow. We'll get out here, we'll get everything ready. I still have no way of actually lifting these trusses up unless we're gonna do it like manually. I don't want to do it manually. I can't seem to find a lift that will do that with, or I'll rent it out. I've been looking for a week and a half now. My neighbor has got a lull, which is kind of a lift that'll do the same thing. Broken, he's been telling me it'll be fixed. It's not fixed yet. I have a skid loader with forks, but that won't lift high enough. So we'll see what clever, ingenious thing I come up with. So here's where the building's at. Here's where we're gonna leave it off. I'm gonna go home, get some sleep, get some materials in the morning. Check back next week to see how far we got. Hopefully it's a completed building. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.